All right, so welcome back, guys. Yeah, so the next vital point we'll be looking at here is relationship. Okay, we'll be looking at relationship, and Dale Carnegie said something. Excuse me. Dale Carnegie said something. I want us to look at. He said, "My popularity, my happiness, and sense of worth depends to no small extent upon my skill in dealing with people." So you can rephrase this to say my ability to make A, or for me to make A, it depends to no small extent upon my ability in dealing with people. Right. So you may have heard that the people you hang around with determines to a great measure what becomes of you. If you hang around five A students, you become the sixth. If you hang around five average students, you become the sixth. Lions move with lions, eagles fly with eagles. A students stick with A students, right? So you want to build relationships strategically that would ensure you are able to hit your A goals. Okay, you able to hit your A goals. And now I'll be showing you four levels of relationships that you want to leverage on as an undergrad. Four levels of relationship. So the first that we've got here, we've got peers, your peers. The second, we've got your predecessors, we've got your successors, and then we've got your lecturers. Okay, so I want us to dive into this quickly and see how all of these plays out. Now, it was Tony Robbins who said most people's lives are a direct reflection of their peer groups. Right? I think we've spoken about this in some way. So you need your peers. Let me tell you what you need your peers to do for you as an undergrad. So your peers would be those you say you're in the same class. By the same class, I mean, say, let's say you're studying chemistry. So you say chemistry 300 level. Those you are, and you are in your third year or you're in your second year. So your peers are those whom you are in the same level with. Okay, so you need these guys. You need your peers to teach you and tell you very vital information. So some persons are doing this one man army stuff. No man, you know go work. You know go even work. It doesn't work anymore. This one man army stuff. I remember one guy who was always making friends to me. I be one man army. I be one man. Forget that one man army of it. You know they work again. So you need these guys to share notes with you, right, and keep you up to speed with classes in case you miss any information due to unforeseen circumstances such as health issues. Excuse me. You know that anything can happen, right? Anything at all can happen. So you need to be close. Of course, you can't be close to everyone because not everyone in the class are serious. Yes, not everyone. Not everyone is wants to make it, but you need to identify some very vital folks whom are going where you're going. Remember we talked about if you hang around five students, you become the sixth, right? So you need these guys to share with you important information, to probably share notes with you. I missed classes sometimes, and I had to meet those whom I knew were serious about their lives, serious about their academics, and I met them. And they brought me up to speed, share with me vital notes, share with me very credible information. In fact, let me share this with you. Talking about relationship, in my final year in school, I almost missed out on an exam. Yes, and guess who called me? The guy whom we graduated with the same point. So if we hadn't built a good relationship, he would have seen me as a competition, and he would have wanted me to miss that exam. But I thought that was an afternoon paper, but that was a morning paper. He finished his own, came out, and in fact, that day was a miracle. Jesus God, thank you. That day was a miracle, guy. So if I hadn't built a credible relationship with this guy, he would have just leave that guy. May he miss the exam. But he finished his paper, came out, and called me. He came out and called me. Yes, as I was saying. So if he wanted to, so if we had built a very terrible relationship, right? He would have, said, let me just leave this guy so that he will come back next year. You know what would have happened? I would have made an F in that course. Of course, because I had registered the course for that semester. Then I wouldn't even be talking about graduating the first class GPA. That's the truth. Okay. So, and guess what? I ended up making a B in that course. Man, that guy was a lifesaver. He saved me one complete year. Then that was a miracle. And he called after. Listen to me. After writing his own paper, he called me, and I left my house where I was living, rushed down to school. I was studying that particular course at home, but then it was only that guy. Every other person, including my class rep, other guys, nobody called me. They were going to write it, so he finished his paper, looked at both halls. He didn't see me. Then he called me and asked, "Where are you?" He just finished. Oh my God! I started running. I went to the first hall. God, the person didn't. The lecturer refused me entry, and I went to the other hall, and the lecturer agreed. Oh my God! I entered that hall with all the pressure, tension, and all. I wrote that paper. Oh God! So building relationship, man, it's not something you should joke with. Please don't joke with. Don't do all this one man army stuff. You know the work. I don't share with you my experience. Alright, so that's very vital. Let's look at the next level of relationship. Your predecessors, right? So it was Benjamin Mays that said we today stand on the shoulders of our predecessors who have gone before us. Now you need to befriend these guys, especially those who had carryover and thus attend some courses with you. Right? You really need to be friends with this guy. I was friends with these guys and I asked them lots of important questions. I asked them questions such as, who is a good supervisor for some person say SciWest, some person say CWest. So this is the student industrial work experience scheme. Amazing that I still remember this. So CWest or project, and you need to ask, how does this lecturer set questions? Right? You need to ask, how does this lecturer set questions? You need to ask these questions. Yeah, these are very vital questions that you need to ask. Okay. That is why you need to befriend these guys. Sorry, let me correct this. That is why you need to befriend these guys. Okay, because they have information that they will share with you. You need to befriend them, ask them about the lecturers, ask them how they set their questions, who is a good student. Because see, all of these things, lots of things happen. It's not just your ability to read and being able to answer questions in tests. No, right? If you don't leverage these guys, you will not know this. You won't know this. You will know this, and and once you know who is a good person, you start working towards that. Man, I did this, and I chose my SciWest. I didn't choose specifically, but I chose. Yeah, but what happened? I had to work with someone, and that is where relationship comes in. So while I chose whom I wanted to work with because I've asked questions, I now told my class rep who was responsible for assigning. Observe that here, even my class rep did not call me. Somebody else, because I was always teaching him stuff, but he didn't call me because he was still in the exam hall, still writing. But that guy finished, came out and called me. Right? So you need to befriend these guys. These guys will give you past questions that you need to study. They will tell you about lecturers. They'll tell you how difficult this lecturer is. Man, you ask them questions, but understand that I was helping them because I was, holding tutorials for them. So I was already sowing in their lives that when I go to ask them questions, it would be easy for them to respond to me. So let's look at the next level. The next level here are your successors. There is no success without a successor. Yeah, keep tabs on these guys. Hold series of tutorials for them. Advise them. They will definitely return your kindness with vital information. Lots of times they did this for me. Lots of times, right? Lots of times, because I had them at heart. When they came in, I held welcome departmental welcoming party for them. Right, in my school, we're not really doing all these big stuff, but I had this in mind. And while I was doing this for them, I wasn't really doing this because of what I would get to. But along the line, of course, I started seeing how I would benefit from the relationship as well. It was just about giving and giving. So let's look at the next level. Your lecturers. So the influence of teachers extend beyond the classroom, well into the future. Man, Joseph really said what he said here is really fantastic. See, you need to keep a very good communication line with these guys. Very good communication line. Know your lecturers. Know that your lecturers know each other. Yes, they know themselves, man. Know themselves. And if you mess up with one, tell the rest, and they will just might mess you up. So they can make or mar your results. Sorry, that is mar. They can make or mar your results. You want to be careful with them. Build very good relationship with these guys. They can make or mar your results, and you need recommendation letters from them. If you want to publish, you want to go abroad to study, you need these guys. Okay. And one thing that stood out for me with my lecturers was I was asked to come mark scripts. Right, so doing that helped me to understand how they were marking scripts. It helped me understand their marking scheme and all. Sometimes you don't even need to get the question rightly for them to score you. You just need to write something. And I was one person that if I don't know something, I won't write anything. I won't even attempt. I'm just that kind of person. Right? I'm that kind of person. What I tell myself is, you should know this. So for you not to know, you don't even write. And of course, I was the kind of person, I sit in front. I wasn't out to ask anybody question. I don't even want anybody to implicate me. So I was always seated at the front when writing exams. Always. So you need your lecturers, man. I got lots of gifts from my lecturers. The experience of marking scripts, of recording exam scores, test scores, even for my seniors, was an awesome stuff for me. Right, it helped me understand how they did this stuff. So guys, leverage your lecturer, leverage them. You need them for recommendation letters. Today I still converse with my exam officer. I still converse with my project supervisor. I still converse with my SciWest or CWest supervisor, because I understand that you really need these guys. Up until today, when I need recommendation letter for something, I buzz them up. And they're very quick to respond. Sometimes you send them an email, and you guys are conversing via email, conversing via messenger, you can converse via WhatsApp as well, and it's powerful. Right? Keep a good relationship with them. It's very vital. So let's look at the action points for relationship. So to answer this question, I would like you to take a moment and answer the following questions. Decide today that you build relationships strategically. Decide today. Have you decided? Yes, clap for yourself. All right, the second thing I want to say here, mention at least 2 persons each across all 4 levels of relationships we've talked about. I found several times during the day that you're a good friend. Remember that you have to bring something to the table as well, not just going there to keep getting from people. You need to bring something to the table. I want you to read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I believe this book will help you and share with you some vital points you need when building relationships strategically. So wrap up of relationships. Studies have shown that even in technical fields like engineering, about 15% of one's financial success is due to one's technical knowledge, and about 85% is due to one's skill in human engineering. So you want to make a student just know that 15% of your success is dependent on your technical knowledge and your ability, but 15% is due to your skill in human engineering. Remember, I shared with you something that happened, right? in my final year. And I almost missed out on that particular paper. I would have dropped out of school, guys. I would have failed in that course, obviously. I would have failed in that course. I would have added another year. So guys, right from mindset, we've talked about the 4 geniuses. We noticed that we need people in our lives. So in this chapter, we've seen how you can do this across 4 levels to ensure maximum acquisition of grades. I hope you're having fun because, man, even sharing this with you means I'm also learning. Alright guys, so that's all for this. So in the next video, we'll be looking at goal setting. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.